I'm Dean Wampler. I work for IBM Research, but since December I've been working with the AI Alliance to develop a community of people that can collaborate on anything related to AI, make it as open as possible, as safe as possible, but keep it from being restricted by just a few companies. A fun fact about me that a lot of people don't know is I really do like photographing stuff in the world. Like this year, it turned out a pair of gulls nested on a roof right across from our building. So we watched the whole process from incubation to hatching, feeding, and now they're out flying around the city of Chicago where I live. I started as a physicist, discovered I was actually better at writing software. So I worked on all kinds of systems, from medical electronics to the internet when it was a thing. And then most recently, the last 10 years or so, got into data systems, and that led to AI systems as they caught on. And just kind of following my curiosity, following what's interesting, what needs to be done, needs to be solved. That's been kind of my story. So my main job at the Alliance is to help the technical work groups get organized, like figure out what they want to do, who should we bring in. The one I spend the most time on, though, is trust and safety. I co-lead that with Joe Spizak from Meta, who was this morning's opening keynote speaker. We got involved in this because if we don't get safety right, everything else is kind of a waste because people won't trust it, they won't use it. So we cover everything from avoiding hate speech to, does this actually give you results you can use? There's all kinds of problems in that domain by itself. My favorite lesson of a project that was a very hard lesson to learn was early in my career, where I spent several years, which is kind of hard to believe now, but working on something that was very beautiful, worked really well, but I was completely ignorant of what was happening in the marketplace. And by the time we finished, the market had moved on and it wasn't necessary anymore. So I kind of learned from that, really keep validating what you're doing, making sure it's relevant, change if you need to. Keep delivering early and often when you're building stuff, and that's the way that you'll not waste a couple of years of your time. It's funny, there's a bunch of them. The one I just talked about in my talk is that it's really hard for developers to work in the ways they're used to working, like I want to make small changes, validate that they're good, and then move on. And in particular, it's really hard to test that this application with this language model in the middle is actually continuing to deliver the results you want. So I think that for me, that's like top of mind at the moment is a really hard problem. Again, it's the sort of thing that if we don't figure that out, it'll be really hard for AI to be successful long term. I think in the next 5 years, we'll probably see less discussion of things like chatbots, which are obviously very sexy and just grab the public's attention. They have their place, especially for like creative work, but most enterprises will be using smaller models that are very focused on particular domains and accelerate productivity. That won't be quite as exciting and sexy, but they'll be things that actually deliver results. And I think that's where AI will be ubiquitous, is in those kind of problems. Emerging trends that I'm very excited about would include some of the agent stuff that's happening right now, where we're gluing language models with other tools, is a natural step to be making. But in particular, what I'm very interested about this is language models are good for some things, but there are other systems, older systems, that are really good at like reasoning, like logic, or planning, like if you want to plan how a factory is going to operate. So bringing those kind of things together, I think, will bring the best of both worlds for all of these tools and kind of get us to that point of ubiquitous AI that actually works. For someone who's just starting out, it depends. If you're in school, I would definitely take like probabilities and statistics and computer science, basic stuff, so you kind of have a sense of what's really going on at a fundamental level. That actually helps you with this problem of how do I know it's actually working, is if you can analyze things that way. But the other thing too is just be bold and play with stuff. We benefit from so much open source, so many tools that are free or cheap to use. Just do everything, try everything, see what you love, think about your life and what you would love to be able to do faster, quicker, easier, whatever, and then try to make this tool work. And you might find your next career that way. Well, I guess I should just put in a plug for the Alliance. So we started the Alliance because we wanted to bring together people who cared about openness in AI technology, collaborating together both to, in research as well as practical applications. And so, we're very loose about membership. We really try to bring people in, find out where they are, accommodate their needs, figure out how to work together. So come talk to us.